People living here at what they call the jungle are forced to pack up their bags as the city of San Jose is launching an effort to clean up homeless encampments. No one knows when the drought will end. Could be a year, could be a generation from now. That's why Wente Vineyards is experimenting with drought-resistant plants like these that will need little to no water to grow. The National Weather Service has issued a wind chill warning tonight here in Washington, D.C., and we're looking at anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow. What we know is that for the past 3.5 years, the bus driver has worked full-time for the Orange Unified School District, and yesterday was just like any other day, a classic ride home from an after-school activity. When it comes down to it, it's much more than the wins, the profits, or even the game itself. For Dennis Kuhl, it's about bringing the community together. It's a great night to be a Panther fan as the men take home the SCIAC title, and one thing Coach Bukowski and his team agree on is that they've improved quite a bit since the beginning of the season. It's been more than 50 years since the U.S. Capitol Dome has been restored, but soon it will become a construction site. A $60 million project has been launched. People I talked to out shopping today are waiting anxiously for what President Obama is going to talk about regarding the economy tonight in his State of the Union address. We're following a developing story. Emotions and tensions are again at a boiling point this evening in Ferguson, Missouri. After another night of violence in the St. Louis suburb, the governor declared a state of emergency. They didn't even stop. San Francisco police are searching for the driver from a deadly hit-and-run crash in the Soma district that killed a 2-year-old girl. Good evening, I'm Leah Freeman. Beautiful sunset over Palo Alto as the fog is rolling in. I'll have more on what the fog means for your weekend forecast coming up. Good evening, I'm weathercaster Leah Freeman with your latest weather update. Tonight, we're tracking warmer temperatures, especially there in those inland valley areas, which are seeing anywhere from 6 to 10 degrees warmer than we saw 24 hours ago. So here's a look at how those conditions affected our temperatures today. The warmest temperatures, 93 degrees there in Petaluma and Gilroy, a little bit cooler in Palo Alto along the peninsula, mid-80s, and then downtown San Francisco hitting up to 70 degrees there. Beautiful day in the city. So now we'll give you a live look outside at our Sky Camera network. Mild night out there tonight, mid-60s all across the Bay Area. We had warmer temperatures today, but tonight the fog is back. Take a look at San Francisco, completely fogged in tonight, 63 degrees there. As we head more towards the peninsula to the South Bay, that's where we're going to see those clear skies to make for a pretty beautiful night there. So now we'll take you into our microclimate forecast as we head through Friday. The South Bay, one of the warmer areas tomorrow, reaching up to 90 degrees in Morgan Hill. The peninsula anywhere from 66 degrees there in Pacifica to 85 once again in Palo Alto. San Francisco, though, staying pretty constant, mid to high 60s, almost 70 though in the Embarcadero. So now we'll take you to the North Bay, East Bay, and Tri-Valley. Beautiful weather there in wine country to end our week, 85 degrees, and then the East Bay and Tri-Valley are where we're going to hit up into those 90s. Warmest spot though, by far, Livermore, 91 degrees tomorrow. So now we'll give you a look at your weekend forecast. Saturday and Sunday, beautiful temperatures out there, lots of sunny skies, especially for those sports fans out there heading to the game this weekend. Battle of the Southern California and Northern California. Chargers versus 49ers, 1 p.m. on Sunday. By the game time, we're going to have around 81 degrees, even though we have a little chilly start to the day. But it's going to warm up by 4 p.m., hitting up to 84 degrees. So beautiful temperatures out there. Not too hot, but it will feel pretty hot sitting in those bleachers. So make sure you have your water and your sunscreen handy. For more on your weekend weather as well as your full sports updates, head to NBCBayArea.com. Good evening, I'm Leah Freeman with your tropical weather update. Tonight, we're tracking Hurricane Azelle as it moves on out away from Hawaii. It's actually the second hurricane that's made landfall there on the Big Island. You can see as it moves out towards the west, the storm continues to weaken as we head into Sunday morning. Luckily, though, there were no reports of death or any major injuries there as the storm took its toll on the Big Island. You can see rain totals, though, anywhere from 10 to 20 inches. That brings concern for flooding and even landslides. Winds were gusting up to 75 miles per hour and then a storm surge of 1 to 3 feet. We'll be sure to bring you the latest on these storms as we track the hurricanes over the next few days. For more information on the storms as well as your full forecast, head to NBCBayArea.com. Taking a live look outside right now, pretty mild temperatures for your Sunday night. Not too bad out there. North Bay seeing a few showers, but take a look at San Francisco right there along the Golden Gate Bridge. Fairly clear, not a lot of fog, 67 degrees, and then all across the Bay Area, just some clouds out there, not too bad. The winds though picking up tonight into tomorrow, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, and that's what's going to move this storm that we've been seeing up to the north. But right now, you can see it's in full effect right there in Reno, seeing a lot of moisture. What we know is that for the past 3.5 years, the bus driver has worked full-time for the Orange Unified School District, and yesterday was just like any other day, a classic ride home from an after-school activity. Crews worked to clear an Anaheim Hills road after a school bus crashed late Thursday, sending 12 to the hospital.
Of the 11 students, 5 were transported, 2 in critical condition, and the driver was transported in critical condition.
The accident happened just after 3:30 when the bus veered off the road, colliding into a pair of trees. With the driver unconscious, students on the bus had to think fast.
A girl was screaming that another girl, her name's Resnick, that she was bleeding a lot, and it was really scary, and like her whole side was bruised and her face was all bloody, and I was like, we need to get out of the bus.
The cause of the crash remains unknown, but neighbors are having a hard time placing the blame.
God, my kids could have been on there, you know. I mean, accidents happen, I know, but if it was a mechanical, then yeah, I'd be extremely upset about that.
With an accident like this, people are reminded how important it is to take the necessary safety precautions when driving.
There's a lot of things people can do proactively to prevent these types of collisions. In this particular case, though, it's still too early to tell what actually caused it. This driver could have been doing everything correctly and just had something happen.
CHP says it could take at least a month to figure out what went wrong here, and firefighters say that if the bus hadn't hit the tree, it could have been a much more serious situation. Reporting from Anaheim Hills, Leah Freeman, Chapman News. Back to you guys.
Don't you do it. Don't send Bubba to home.
Seal Beach City Hall was full of supporters Tuesday night, fighting for one beloved town animal. Bubba, a 235-pound pot-bellied pig, was facing eviction from his home because of a city ordinance banning all pigs. To owners Madonna and Eric Grimsley, Bubba is just another member of the family and a pet worth fighting for.
I just love animals and think they all should have be cared for and given a chance.
Dozens of community members teamed up with the Grimsleys to battle it out against a few outnumbered neighbors. Their goal? To prove Bubba poses no threat to the community. However, Bubba's opponents claim they feel the problem lies within
the smell of feces, the flies on hot summer days, and of course, the sound of screaming.
To the Grimsleys, Bubba goes beyond the average pet. He is also a healing tool for Madonna as she battles stage 4 cancer.
He is such a vital part of my healing process. He just warms my heart and soul.
A combination of overwhelming support for Bubba and the persistence of Seal Beach residents were enough to sway city officials. A non-domestic animal permit was proposed, allowing Bubba to stay with his owners. This permit will state specific conditions based on a compromise between the two disagreeing parties. For now, it's safe to say Bubba the pig is home free and will not be leaving Seal Beach anytime soon. In Seal Beach, Leah Freeman, Chapman News.